On the bench today, we've got another new Furitek RTR. This is the Terra Comp. It's a variation of the Terra X four-wheel steer version that we had on the channel earlier this year. This is basically a drag axle version of that same truck. Furitek has continued to refine their line of high-performance RTRs, with this one being, in my opinion, probably their best to date. So let's dive in and take a closer look at this thing, go over what differentiates this from the Terra X model, also some of the other high-performance RTRs that they put out in the past. Right, let's check this thing out. So, exterior styling on this. This has the Lexan body on it with this flame paint job here. This body is very reminiscent of the CR18P Evo Pro body. It's on a magnet, comes off very simple. It's on there pretty well. One of the things that I found in the run footage you'll see too, when you come up, you hit obstacles. If you hit the nose, it will flip up on you. So I found a few times that the body would eject itself after some impacts, but it is on there and nice and clean. Lexan is a departure from the hard body that we got on the Terra X. I've painted mine. It was previously this nude champagne. I painted mine red. That was also on a magnet, and they are the same setup. So you can switch them back and forth if you would choose. Lexan body on the Terra Comp is going to save some weight, and it also comes in two colors. There is a solid orange version of this as well. The truck sits on these plastic beadlock wheels. These are kind of toyish in my opinion. Now, all of the things in this video that I'm going to go over, I've talked to Furitek about. So it's not a surprise to them. I've complained to them about the wheels. They are working on wheels and tires as well. Speaking of the tires, these are 60mm tires. They are doing better with the tires on these RTRs. These have a good compound to them. They grip surprisingly well. I do think that this truck could benefit from a larger tire for a couple of reasons that I'll get into in a little bit later in this video. But the 60mm, although I do like the premise here, when you have portal axles like this truck has, I like the smaller tire to keep that center of gravity down low. You still get the nice ground clearance from the portals. Let's take the body off. We'll take a look at the chassis here. So this utilizes a carbon fiber chassis. It's exactly the same as the Terra X. If you look at them here side by side, you can see virtually identical. The only change on the Terra X being the four-wheel steering variation here. Otherwise, we're pretty much exactly the same. This is a nice chassis. It's very rigid, very, very rigid here. And we have a lot of options for shock placements and linkage placements for customization. Comes pretty well set up out of the box, but if you wanted to tune this, you've got lots of options to do so. From an RTR standpoint, having this much adjustability on this chassis is really nice. The chassis itself is also a nice compact setup here. We've got the motor sunken down way down low in here. It's a small minimalistic chassis, which is great from a performance standpoint. We get a 10-degree angled skid on this. It's going to give us that nice clearance. Combine that with the metal high clearance linkage, and you can see you've got a lot of room here before you bottom out on your linkage and your drive shaft. Looking at the linkage while we're talking about that, so we do get the aluminum high clearance linkage front and back on this. We get all metal drive shafts. There is some slop in the rear here. You can even hear it. Okay, definitely. I thought it was loose at first, but it's just the way that these connect to the transmission. There's a lot of play there. I didn't have any issues in them coming apart or anything, but it is noticeable. 4-link setup front and rear. We got a servo on axle design up front using the Furitek steel core digital servo. Now the Terra X ran the spring box, also a digital servo, metal geared. So I'm not sure if there's any difference between the spring block and the steel core. They look virtually identical. That is mounted up on these CR18P portal axles. These are the same axles that Furitek's been using for a while now in their latest RTRs. Now, a lot of people talk about this truck versus the Cayman V2 that came out not long ago. The Cayman used FCX 24 style axles, which did not work on this truck. The gearing in those and the turning radius was just not there. So the CR18P axles are a big improvement over the previous Cayman. They're going to give you pretty solid steering angle here. I do believe they still utilize bushings in here. Portal axle setup, we got metal gears in the internals. We get a metal steering arm, which is nice and give you that tight steering. These portals do a good job kind of tucking the C-hubs closer to the wheel so you don't have a lot of areas to hang up here. But we've also got these hex extensions on here as well, which bumps the wheels away from the portals and then leaves you a little bit of exposure here with the C-hubs hanging down. So that almost negates the benefits of the portals if you're going to have those C-hubs hanging down. It would be nice to have wheels in the stance closed in a little bit to really capitalize on the benefits of those portals and not run the risk of hanging up. But I have talked to Furitek as well about running different axles. They seem to be receptive and said that they're working on it. In the rear, we got the straight axle here. This does come with a adjustable rear link riser. So you do have some positions available on your link riser, again, for customization and tuning, which was good because I found out of the box, mine was jacked pretty far off to one side. So having that ability to tune that and straighten my axle right out of the box was really nice. One of the big advantages this RTR has over some of the competitors in the high-end RTR space is the powertrain. So you got this new Furitek Unity 2-in-1 with the Komodo Outrunner brushless motor. Now this thing is fantastic. It delivers excellent power, super smooth. 2-in-1 means that you've got your speed controller, your ESC, is integrated into your motor combo here, which allows for a very clean, minimalistic electronics layout here. It also gives you the ability to tune this via Bluetooth with the smartphone app. So you've got your little Bluetooth dongle here right on the skid. And that's a very powerful tool. You get lots of functionality in there to adjust on the fly. We get this tiny little micro receiver here on the back, which makes up to this 4-channel radio. I think this is a Dumbo RC radio. Nice compact setup, fits nice in the hand here. Got your basic trim dual rate, got some dip switches here. One thing to note, you do not get a battery with this RTR. So it is RTR with your own battery, which is a bit of a bummer. Again, the price on this is $289.99, and to not have a battery come with it, to make this more expensive than some of the other higher end RTRs. But this is on a 3S pack. I'm running my little Gens Ace 3S pack in here. Super smooth, extremely quiet. Even on 3S, very smooth, easy to control. You do see that slack in the drivetrain a little bit. This is vastly improved over CR18P models because this utilizes the Furitek Stellar transmission, which doesn't have as much moving parts to contribute to that slack, but you do still get it in the axles and in the drivetrain. You can see that motor spin and then the truck starts to move. Not terrible, but it is noticeable. Lots of wheel speed. If you need to get after it on 3S, it's got plenty of pep in it. So really love the powertrain on this. For suspension, we've got big bore oil-filled shocks at all 4 corners. These are just like we've seen in other RTRs. Nice shocks on here. They've got a nice feel to it. The whole chassis, linkage, and everything is very composed, works very well together. Let's do some performance tests. Here we are on the corner scales. So we have got 53% front, 47% rear. This is with that 3S battery in it. We are perfectly balanced, 50-50 left to right. Total weight of just about 460 grams. Let's see how that stacks up against the Terra X with the 4-wheel steering. Now I put these stock wheels back on it because my previous ones had weight in the front. So let's see how this looks here. So with the 4-wheel steering version, we're 51% front, 49% rear. Let's check out the RTI, see how this thing flexes. Pretty solid out of the box. I think we're right at about 17. Yep, 17 on the RTI. And the side hill. $45. Starting to lift at 55. Oh, it's at 58 on the side hill. And the vertical. 50, 55, 60. Oh. I'm hanging on. Oh, he slid off there. Sliding again. Oh, I'd say 64. Take that with a grain of salt. I need a new setup table. Someone's got to create a better setup table here. On the rocks with the Furitek Terra Comp rig. I have not had the new Furitek RTRs out here at Crawler Heaven, which is where we are today. I'm excited to run this thing. So let's get it. I'm gonna push this thing hard. I'm gonna hit some 10th scale lines. I wanna see what this thing can do. I love the bodywork on this thing. After seeing it out in the rocks, this is so nice. This is very refreshing after the nude champagne version of the Terra X that I got. Running this on 3S, and it feels really good. The electronics on this are solid. A little noisy. You can hear the gearbox making a little bit of noise. The Furitek transmission in there. Plenty of punch, but still very controllable. Before we go through Bicycle Bridge, I'm going to try this Gatekeeper here. This is one of my favorite 10th scale setups that we're going to do, and I've been putting all the high performance minis through these lines lately. You can see we're setting up kind of a shootout, high performance mini shootout coming soon. We've got such a great selection of new RTRs. This is one of them right here. I like what Furitek has done here with the portal axles and the smaller tires. We've seen a number of RTRs come out lately that have large tires on them, very large. And combined with the portal axles, that can be detrimental. But these seem to be a good size. I'm in trouble here. Oh my gosh, that power got me there. There we go. Tires also hook up pretty nice. They've done a good job with the compound and the inserts on here. Tires are improving more and more on these RTRs, which I really love to see. It's always a shame that a lot of these things are held back by the tires. I think we're getting better. Oh. I'm hung up on here. I think I'm just not getting the grab. Oh, the diff right there on that rock. I want to send it. There we go. We'll rock bounce it. And the all metal drivetrain in this, super fortified, gives me the confidence to really thrash it, which feels good. Again, I'm hung up on that front diff. If I could save this, if I could pivot off to the side. Oh, made it. This is another test section that I've been doing lately. Come across this very steep combination of materials here. We got spray foam insulation, we got rock, we got wood, we got nips. We got a variety of different stuff here. Good test of side hill and grip. I think we're gonna make it. That was pretty clean. Good showing there on the side hill. Had good grip. Stayed nice and planted there. Yeah, I'm gonna lose it there. And that front end is pushing on me there. So yes, the tires have improved. Still a weak point on this truck for sure. I need more grip up there. Now they're just not, that front end is just not biting. Oh, there we go. I think, did I speak too soon? No, we got it, nice. We're heading to Bicycle Bridge. Bicycle Bridge is undefeated. No Mini has made it across Bicycle Bridge since it's been rebuilt. Tried it with all the high performance RTRs recently. We're gonna try it with the Terra Comp here. And hung up right on the belly there, you see that? I wish I had a little more clearance right there. There we go, we'll get over it. With that angled skid and the high clearance rear doing good. There we go, the portal's helping us through here. Crawler Heaven really favors minis with portals. But I wonder how this is going to do with the smaller tires and the portal axles. I'm hung up on steering linkage. Let me get set up here, if I can get up over this ledge. It's a total drop off on the other side. That was a good approach, but I can't go anywhere once I'm on that other side. Come on, tires, we had it. That was the line. Oh man, we are right there. I'm losing it. Oh, that was it right there. I just could not get that front end to bite. So I wish I had some more steering angle as well. I just feel like a little more angle could have grabbed those sidewalls. Oh. Too much in reverse. Oh, just stuck right in there. Bicycle Bridge wins again. Just that last section is just too much. I'll have to come out here with a built Mini and see if I can do it. But nope, still undefeated. Valiant effort here from the Furitek. That obstacle exposes weak points for sure. Like this thing, not enough bite in the front end, and then I really wish I had a little more steering angle. Pinched. Oh! So the magnet mounts on the body make it look really nice, but I find that I eject that body pretty frequently. Good brake over there. Oh man, that was I thought I had that. I find this thing needs to be driven with the throttle a little bit more than some of the other rigs that I've driven out here lately. Now use that 3S and that punch to our advantage here. Come on, I need that to bite. I need that front to bite and stick. Servo's doing a decent job. Oh, I think get out. Oh, I pull off a good save there. I get saying the steering, it's pretty good on this, that Furitek servo. I've had good luck with these recently. The first batch that I tried in their early RTRs I struggled with, but these seem to be holding up much better. Another fun spot with the minis right here. I wonder if this could benefit from a slightly larger tire. And I talked about, I like the smaller tire compared to other RTRs lately, but I think it's too small. This could really benefit from just a little bit more tire height, I feel. Maybe a 63, 64 millimeter. That was pretty good. Nice. Because I'm just finding that I'm getting hung up on the belly and the diffs quite a bit here, even despite the portals. So I think a slightly taller tire will really serve this thing well. And I'm going to try putting, I'll put some metal wheels and probably a 63-ish millimeter tire. See if we can test that breakover on this vertical climb here. Nice. One more section. Try the notch here that is also undefeated from mini crawlers. No other small scales have been able to do this obstacle right here that I'm doing. I've been able to get up and take a bypass and go around. Never been able to come directly up this notch that I'm trying to get right now. I get in that tire, gets in that hole at the bottom there. Can't quite get set up for it. No. Oh, I'm sliding off there too. We gotta muscle our way through here. I think we're gonna make it. Nice, that was good. All right guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Daylight's winding down this beautiful Sunday evening. I'm gonna run a couple 10th scales here at my favorite spot. And we'll meet you guys back at the bench and we'll wrap this video up. Final thoughts on the Terra Comp from Furitek. I think this is a great evolution in their high performance RTRs. Definitely a step up from the Cayman V2. And in my opinion, in my experience, this is their best high performance RTR to date. It's got high quality components all throughout. The chassis works really well and it's got room to expand and further customize if you want. The whole truck just has a really solid and complete feel to it. It doesn't feel like a conglomeration of random high performance parts just thrown together into a RTR. This feels like a really well thought out, well designed truck, and it puts out solid performance out of the box. Some critical feedback on this truck. First up, the wheels and tires. We got to do something about these plastic wheels. With a price point close to $300, it'd be really nice to have a more premium wheel on here. And the tires. I like what they did with the smaller tires. I think these are too small though. I found myself getting hung up on the skid here in the front. I almost feel like there's too much room in between the tires and the skid. So I wonder if a larger tire could help fill that gap and mitigate kind of getting hung up on the front of the skid. It almost feels like the front end is too long. And maybe you could bring that in or fill that gap with some larger tires. The CR18P axles, they're pretty solid, but they do have some slop in them. And I noticed the front end is prone to pushing. And after watching Matt from 2FMRC's videos, I wonder if it's the axles themselves that cause the push and not so much the tires. So I'd like to see a different set of axles on here for future Furitek rigs. I'd really like to see a straight axle setup, slam this thing down. That would be very cool. It is on the pricey side compared to some of the other high-performance RTRs that we've seen this year, but you do get a lot of premium components in here. Overall, I think this is a pretty solid rig. This is going to be great for someone who wants to just buy something out of the box and go hit the rocks with their buddies and have a good time and hit some hard lines. And in that regard, I think it does a solid job. The Terra Comp here is $289.99. The Terra X is $10 more for the four-wheel steering. These are available now. I'll put a link in the description down below and where you can order these up for yourself. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the Furitek Terra series RTRs? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.